like stress and anxiety is just a natural thing, like getting sick. So why can't we just treat it by taking like a pill, like we do with medicine? Because people, I mean, I know it's corny as fuck, but people always be saying like, drug like weed is my medicine or something,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's low key true because like it helps with people with certain problems, and they're natural problems. Like people just get anxiety and
No,
stressed out.
I'm not denying
So
that
I'm
any
saying,
of
why
those things
don't
can
we
help. I'm just
deal
saying
with that like how we deal with sicknesses?
easier option that seems like it's easier.
So would you say if someone's sick, just don't take any medicine?
See, you putting words in my mouth now because I did not say that. I did not say that.
No,
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to In My Opinion. I hope everyone's having a great day. I see we're in a little bit of a different setup right now. Not really that different, just shifted a little bit. But we're trying something new out because we think it might be better. So let us know if you guys think it looks good or not.
more aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, let us know about that. But yeah, so today we're back again to talk about some more stuff.
Before we get into it, don't forget, guys, to like and subscribe because it helps us all out trying to get our channel to grow bigger. Makes us know that you guys like what we talked about, and just let us know. Do it.
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about this is something that Peyton brought up, and the topic is like why do we perceive, I guess, drugs in this way that they do?
Well, we could just say relying on anything, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it leads into that conversation. But the
Yeah.
way that we started off was we kind of questioned, like, why does society view drugs in a certain way? And when we talk about drugs, we're not talking about recreational use. We're more talking about like, for something, if it's being used to treat something,
Stress reliever.
yeah, like
stuff.
stress relieving, anxiety, stuff like that. And even when we see these things and we're like, oh, it's helping, but we don't want them to get reliant on it. We don't want them to get addicted to it. So I guess we want to talk about why we view things a certain way, and like I think we have different views on this, so I want to talk about that.
So I guess we can start off with, how I think the fact that we view being reliant on things. Because we should start off with being reliant on anything. A lot of people are more against it because you want to be more for yourself and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like certain drugs, you don't want to be relying on drugs because drugs have such a bad rap.
Right.
But to me, I just I don't get why. It's in my own mind too that when I think that I do this, is to take drugs when it's really mainly helping someone.
Right.
And because for everyone out there like me, if you have a lot of stress and anxiety, even though I don't smoke, I used to, it definitely did help a lot of stress. I don't know if this should be okay, but like I take a Xan, but now I don't like quarter. Don't worry about it. I'm not like passing out on that stuff. But like when I feel really, really stress, anxiety, which it only happens like once or twice a year, I'll take like a Xan, like a quarter. It makes me feel better, and like I mean, it really like lets everything ease. And I don't see why people look at that as such a bad thing. And like, because I always thought, yes, relying on this would be a bad thing because my statement's like, oh, you're just relying on it. That's bad.
Yeah.
But like, if this is what helps me, what's so wrong with it?
Right. So yeah, I mean, I guess for me, I don't know. I don't think that it's good to be reliant on anything.
Yeah, but that's my question. Like, why though? Because why is being reliant on something that really helps a general amount of people bad?
Because like you can't like if because okay, for me, like in a way it takes away your autonomy, and like you can't really do what you would do you don't have control over it anymore, and it's completely in someone else's hands. And that's not even just the case with something like it's like more recreational or something like that. I'm talking about even like just like anything medical, like actually like medical. All these things can still happen. Like you can, if you're reliant on it, you kind of, I feel like I see it kind of like eventually you end up using it as a crutch, and then you can't walk without that crutch at all.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, I see what you mean, but I could bring in the less such topic like since like our quarantine started, I feel like everyone had to get used to like waking up because we weren't forced to wake up because of school and stuff. So I got a really bad sleeping schedule of always like pulling all nighters.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't literally go to bed. Like I would try so hard. Like I would stay off my phone for hours. I would read a lot. I would do anything, and I still couldn't go to bed. I would stay up all night just staring at the ceiling, and I would be so tired the next day. But then I started taking melatonin, and if you guys don't know what it is, it's just like it's like a safe drug.
It's
Not
a supplement. Really.
Supplement. Yeah, like
It helps you
it
go
just
to
helps you go to sleep. And then ever since then, I've been using it every night to go to bed. And then I've tried to lean off of it. Wean?
I mean, did you try to do that, or did you just try like one night and then it didn't work?
I mean, that. But I did try a little bit. I did.
Okay.
And like, I tried to get off of it. And those nights, I could not go to bed. I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing, like, I feel like when it comes to stuff like this, as long if you're willing to just roll with the punches, if like anything happens because of you taking it, if like the side effects don't outweigh the benefit, then I don't see like what's the problem of relying on it.
Well, for me, it's like I feel like it's for like the way that I think. I feel like you just explained why it's like bad to rely on it. Because now, if for any reason you can't get melatonin, you're just gonna be like unable to function.
That
You know what I mean?
that's true.
And like unless you have a constant supply of it, you won't be able to just function as a human being. And like I said, right, you were sleeping before. Like there was a time where you would sleep without
Yeah.
melatonin. So I feel like it became a crush because like before you really did have to try to go to sleep. And I'm not like saying that those weren't real problems or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But now like you literally can't do it on your own.
Yeah.
So
I see what you mean, but like for me, we live in a society now where where you can't just go to the next pharmacy over and just get melatonin is like
yeah. Well, I'm just saying like maybe that's just a bad thing about society. Like
I-
because like those things are so accessible, so easy for us to avoid maybe dealing with what's actually like going on. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't know because instead of maybe looking, I mean, I'm not saying you didn't do this, but just as a whole general idea, right? If someone's like, oh, I can't sleep, instead of like changing their lifestyle, doing all these things, they're just gonna go straight to melatonin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is
Because it's so accessible that we can just do this. It's a quick problem solver, and now I don't really need to engage in like
but
doing it.
I see what you mean, but if I feel like that I could take melatonin until the day I die. Every single day taking it to go to bed, and I probably wouldn't run out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see like the problem with that because it gives me better sleep. I feel better,
Mm-hmm.
and like there's not really side effects, and it's cheap. A lot of it.
I mean, that's a fair point. I'm just saying, I feel like that's just not really a good thing for us to like act like that in general. Like,
But why?
I think it just creates a general attitude, or it's a maybe it's the cause of a symptom of like that general attitude that like if there's something wrong with like me like internally, there's a quick fix I can just get.
I mean,
and
that's
do
what I was going to say. Do you think it's bad because we think of drugs as an easy way to fix something?
Yeah,
But like,
because now we don't.
but why is taking the easy route bad? Because it's not like it's not like taking like heroin or something where it's really affecting you in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, but like,
And I think and this is the thing, like if I'm taking it only for sleep or certain anxiety stuff, I think it's fine. Obviously, when it's like people like some of you are probably thinking like if it's overboard, like so because you could say because you start taking a Xan now that you might just take a Xan, whenever you feel it, and you might be taking it too much a day
yeah,
and taking a lot more. But I'm talking about, and that is definitely a possibility. But for myself, I don't see myself doing that. And for people that aren't going to do that,
no one sees themselves doing that.
yeah, I mean that's true.
So let's
But
just say that.
but I mean I know people also that like they just like Xan is basically melatonin, but like just a higher level of it.
Okay.
And I know someone that his mom takes it every night to go to bed.
Yeah.
And she doesn't see side effects to it or anything. It just relieves her stress, anxiety, and gets to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think certain things like that, like, why not rely on it?
I don't know, cause like, I guess it's just maybe just a personal thing, like just the way that I am. Like I don't, like it feels like my fate, my ability to function as a human being is in something else's hands. And maybe I can just say that because I don't have major problems with sleeping or maybe major problems with anxiety. So maybe that's just me looking at it and being like looking from the outside. So maybe I don't know. But for me, like the attitude that I have towards it is kind of like, if I feel like I don't want something else to have me by the balls. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I definitely feel that because you could definitely say that for other things that I would agree with. That's why today's topic is, I guess, like I said, well, you said generalize it more on drugs.
Yeah.
Because to me, like, it's like saying, like, if you're always relying on someone to, like, drive you places because you might not have a car or something, I understand that because they can't pick you up and then you can't make it to like work that day or something. I understand.
Right.
But for drugs, it's like an easy, accessible thing, and if you keep it under control, I don't see the point. In
I mean, I
relying
feel
on
like you kind of. I feel like the driving situation is less bad though, because okay, so let's change it. Let's plug it in, right? Now instead of you can't get from point A to point B, now you can't get a good night's rest. You can't function in the morning. You can't do what you need to do. You can't go to work. You can't. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why I have melatonin to do that for
But
me.
I'm saying like, because you're saying that I would agree in a car situation because
Yeah.
now if the car's gone, you can't get from point A to point B, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So I'm saying, for the melatonin, if the melatonin is gone, now you can't get from point A to point B. But now point A is being anxious, sleep deprived, and point B is being a productive member of society. So now it's even bigger, don't you? Wouldn't you say that?
That is definitely true, I would say, because I guess by taking it every day, your body would build a reliance on it to the point where if you didn't have it that one day,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
that next day you were messed up. But that's why I say that we are so lucky to live in this generation or like this world at this time to the point where like there's such an abundance of it. It's not like we're ever running out anytime soon.
Yeah, but I think for me, it's like, I guess I feel like we're taking it for granted and we're not using.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're taking it for granted by just right when I need it. Just
Because the
get
thing
it
is,
every
I
time.
can't ever see myself one day ever again now not taking melatonin at night because I want sleep.
That's what I'm saying, though.
And I can't. But then
don't
what
think-
if it's something not fixable? Like what if I try a week straight without taking it and I just can't go to bed?
Mhm.
Then I gotta rely on that. And then there's
Well, I
other
guess
people,
but that might not have happened without you starting in the first place. Is what I'm saying.
but also could have been, what's the word? It also could have happened no matter what.
It could have, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like people, not necessarily in your case, but people in general don't exhaust all their options.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
True.
Cause I feel like, would you agree that being able to go to sleep naturally and like be good from it is better than taking
Yeah.
melatonin? Because I mean, if you want to argue that they're the same, that's an argument you can make. But if they're different and one of them is better, then I feel like you should exhaust all of your options.
Actually, let me re-say that then.
Okay.
I say no.
You can do the same.
Yeah, now I do think about it. Yeah, because yeah. Because that defeats my whole purpose of saying what's the point of it. Because
Yeah.
I get no negative side effects of it.
Right.
And if I always have abundance of it, it basically is the same. Because now I just sleep naturally. Like now it is natural for me.
Not even better, like the actual sleep, but do you think it's better to not have to rely on something?
Generally speaking, yes.
Okay, so then,
But
so
that's,
wait, let me.
why
just,
do I say yes though? That's why. That's my question.
Because nothing is controlling you. Nothing has power over you that you can't like change. And I'm not saying that means that you shouldn't do it, but like I think we can agree that it's better to not have to rely on something to do these natural processes.
And I
Right?
think that's my main point is that this is such a small insignificant thing that relying on it isn't bad.
Huh?
Because it's just a little thing that you could get anywhere and take it. And I do say like that's what I'm saying. Relying on I think relying on something overall is bad. But
Yeah, that's what I'm
but I'm
saying.
trying to change like the
Okay,
narrative.
but I didn't get to finish my point though. My point was that if we agree that in general we don't want to rely on things, then we should exhaust every option before we choose to make a choice that would make us rely on something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like somebody who eats like shit, him who eats like shit doesn't exercise, and it just stays in bed all day, and they're like, I can't go to sleep. Let me take a melatonin. You probably would agree that they should do other steps before taking that melatonin, right?
What is them having to be fat and out of shape have to do with
Well, I mean, there's like studies and stuff that says that like working out in the morning or just being exercised during the day helps you go to sleep, and just having a better like mental state. I'm pretty sure it has a pretty good effect on that, you going to sleep, right? So if you're being that person and you're like and it's like for you that wasn't the case, but for a lot of people it is, and they end up just becoming reliant on it, and by becoming reliant on it, they ended up not like missing out on an opportunity for character development. You know what I'm saying?
I could see, but I don't think that's a direct correlation as you're putting it. I think it's definitely probably happened at some point in someone's life, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's like such a direct correlation as like you're
You don't
putting
think it's a
it.
common thing? I mean, like,
I
we have a medication for everything, though. There's a medication for everything, and instead of like figuring out like okay maybe like or not even medication, just like drugs, anything that like is like easier option that seems like it's easier.
So would you say if someone's sick, just don't take any medicine?
See, you putting words in my mouth now because I did not say that. I did not say that.
No, but I think
I'm
stress.
saying that if you have to take like let's not even talk about like some chronic illness. If you have to take melatonin to go to sleep every day, but you also have a really like your lifestyle seems to suggest like there's different things that you can improve to do that,
Yeah.
then that should be your first choice, and you should do that and try that first before becoming dependent on this. And I think that most people, because these things are so like accessible to us, we take it for granted, so we just go straight to that thing. So now we don't have to,
I think,
you know,
technically speaking, you're right.
what other
I
what other
don't-
speaking is there?
I think that if you're fat and lazy, you shouldn't be working out and trying to change things to get sleep as like your only.
Why not?
I feel like
Why not? Why can't that be your goal?
I mean, it could be. I just don't see someone saying I need to stop being fat so I can get better sleep.
But you don't think that's a good reason?
If it directly correlates, yeah,
You don't think it is, or it is?
I think it somewhat does. Not so direct.
But that I mean,
It's like, I feel
I'm
like-
not, I'm not saying that somebody's goal, that a lot of people have that goal. I'm saying that could be a goal that somebody could do to move towards getting better sleep.
You could say yes,
I am saying yes.
but I'm saying I can't not disagree. But like, it's not like a complete yes, yes, yes.
Bro, what? I don't know what you just said.
I'm saying like,
Look,
dude, how many people are like, let me lose weight so that I can
I'm
go
not
to
saying
sleep?
that people do that. I'm saying that more people should probably think that first. Because people are like,
Well,
I can't go to sleep.
I think you should just say that people should definitely look for different ways to sleep than straight going to drugs.
Or just to do anything,
Well,
for
yeah.
the most part. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
think-
again, I'm admitting that I'm speaking from the outside right now, but just the way that I see things, it seems like that would be a better option.
But what if you're fat and lazy, and you're tired, so you can't work out?
But like, okay, see,
See, you use certain circumstances, and I'm using a
no,
certain
you can use the
circumstance.
circumstances. There's nothing wrong with you using the
If
circumstances.
you're fat and
I'm
lazy,
just
you're
saying.
tired, you can't work out, so you need that melatonin to sleep. And like I'm saying, like what I said before, like stress and anxiety is just a natural thing, like getting sick. So why can't we just treat it by taking like a pill, like we do with medicine? Because people, I mean, I know it's corny as fuck, but you know, people always be saying like, drug, like weed is my medicine or something.
Yeah.
And it's low key true because like it helps with people with certain problems, and they're natural problems. Like people just get anxiety and stressed out.
I'm not denying
So
that
I'm
any
saying,
of
why
those things
don't
can
we
help. I'm just
deal
saying.
with that like how we deal with sicknesses?
I see sicknesses in a similar way. Not like chronic diseases
Oh,
like
yeah.
cancer.
So you
But,
think
like, if
someone has
you're-
like the common cold, they
Yeah.
shouldn't be taking anything?
Well, if not like just once, but if you're constantly getting sick, right?
Yeah.
Then you probably should be having a more healthy lifestyle. If you're constantly getting not every obviously that doesn't apply to every single
So,
person.
like if you're sick and you just have a headache, you wouldn't take an Advil.
I don't. I've never taken that like
Vegan.
pain
reliever. Yeah.
I've never taken a pain reliever or anything like that. But that's not even my point. Okay, let's say fine, headache. If you overwork yourself so much and you're like, I have a headache, I always have a headache, and take Advil every day so that I can continue to do this thing that's pushing me to my limit. You understand what I'm saying? Like I have a headache because I'm working so hard and my face is glued to the screen every day. I'm working. So let me take this Advil and let me depend on using this Advil so that I can continue to do the thing that is destroying me every day. You understand
Or
what I'm
you
saying?
could say you're taking it to
No,
do
but-
the work you want to do. Like
Oh, if you
what need to get
well,
done.
if your work is pushing you to the limit that you're getting constant headaches, then it's probably not making you happy. That's my
There's a lot of probablys. That's my.
Okay, sure, but like my point is, something
But-
is pushing you past your
So,
limit.
but if someone
Something is pushing you past your limit, and you're taking something so that you can continue to push yourself past your limit, and which is not good for you. We would assume, right?
Yeah.
So my point is, people's first, like, I'm not saying never take an Advil. I'm not saying
Yeah.
never drink some Tylenol. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that there's probably something that you have overlooked before you got into that point.
But what if you're doing something you love? I mean, this is not a good example.
These are, I mean,
But
these are, I'm not gonna,
I'm
these
talking
are really
about-
specific examples. Like, I'm not gonna act like these are like
Yeah.
the common example, but I think that they're good.
But I was thinking more like, what if you're just working? Like when I work, a lot of times I do get headaches.
Okay, but
And
you don't
people-
love your work. You'd rather be doing something that's not your work.
Well, yes, but
Right?
but Advil would help me get through something I don't want to do.
Exactly. So, but no.
So I'll take it.
Why? Well, I'm not. That's a very specific situation, right? Maybe you'll take it just to get through shift because you need to get money, you need to keep doing these things, whatever. But as a lifestyle choice, that's, I feel that's more of an indication, not that you should take an Advil, but that you should probably be looking at doing something else. And I understand that that's not an option for every single person. I'm not saying that like every single person needs to be doing this, but I think it's something that we like overlook and we take for granted, because instead of thinking I probably need to change my actions or change my lifestyle or do something to improve myself, I'm going to take something to remedy the problem so that I can continue to hurt myself. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think when it comes to it, like it's just an easy like I don't because I always learn that something that is too good to be true isn't gonna be true.
Exactly.
But when it comes to like drugs, when you take them, and what they say they're gonna do, most of the time gets done.
But that's not the point, though. I'm not arguing about the effectiveness of drugs.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying. So I'm saying because I mean you're taking just the negative side of it every time someone might do it, and I'm trying to take the more positive side of why people will take it.
Okay.
No, so I'm saying like, look.
So give me an example that I just gave and give me the positive side.
I forgot which one.
Okay, so you can choose between the headaches one from work.
Alright, so like the head.
Okay.
I said like
Go for
some
it.
people could take. What if someone's what's it called? Like they just got off work and it's kind of a high intensity, like not a high intensity, but like got their brain moving, but they need to go home and just go to sleep, like, and they just need the extra melatonin or whatever to lay out. Or if they're working and they really need the money, they got to take the Advil to get the headache away to keep working.
All right. So a second example, yeah, that's a specific situation. I think that it's but if you there's a lot to go on here. So let's go for the second one first, right? The second one, they really need the money, so they need to be working at this job.
But let's say but let's just not even say they don't even really need the money. They just need to get the work done.
Because they need the money, we're assuming.
But
Are they working there because they love it, or are they working there because they need the money?
they're working there because they're just working there. Like me. Like I just work at Walmart because I just kind of work there.
Okay, but because you want the money.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so if you're working there because you want the money, then the reason that you're working there, by working there in itself, you recognize that there's somewhere better that you should be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that better place probably isn't giving you, these headaches and these things that would come from like physical labor or, monotonous, boring labor. Right?
Yeah.
So you're recognizing that you shouldn't be here and this is something that I want to improve. Right?
Yeah.
So therefore, the ideal situation, you wouldn't want to be having to use an Advil.
Yeah.
Because if you're relying on the Advil, you don't want to be doing that because you want to be somewhere where you don't need the Advil.
But what if even all right?
So then the first example, where I already forgot it.
Let me just say my thing.
Okay, go on.
So what if you get to the high point,
Okay.
and it's not even like what if you're just at a high point working at a good job, and that just one day you just get a headache?
I'm not saying one day. Cause I gotta be clear.
Oh no, you're right.
I gotta be clear.
You're right. Because the whole point of the thing is to be reliant on it.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not saying never take Advil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is true.
And like the first situation where you're saying like you're working really hard, you come home, get to your melatonin and go to sleep. Again, if I feel like
that's almost low key what I have to do, because I get home so late and I want to wake up early that I take it at a time, and it usually says kicks in within hours. I take it at a time so that within that hour I can go to bed.
Right, again, this is the same thing with a job for you. But like again, if your job is pushing you to that limit where you need to take something artificially to make you have a regular sleep cycle, then that might be an indication that lifestyle that you have right now isn't the most healthy lifestyle. That's the way I see it.
Okay, this is actually a thing I brought up earlier, but I don't know if I made it too prominent.
Okay.
But like, so I don't. Then what's the problem with taking the blow, as you say? Like, as you know, this is not the healthiest lifestyle.
Yeah.
But and you know that, but like you just do it. Like you just know that having it. Like, I know that working so late
Yeah.
is not the best, but I just know that this drug will help me go to bed, so that I could just do it. Like,
Wait. I don't get what's the argument?
no, I'm just trying to say like, what about for the people who just know that like it's bad, but they're just okay with it because like I said, like I know my situation where me working till 11 o'clock is
Okay.
hella tiring and it's hard for me to go to bed, so I take it.
Mm.
But I know that's just what I got to do, and I just don't care.
Mm, well, I'm not arguing about how people feel about it. I'm just saying that I think that it's not something you just got to do. I think it's something that, at least not necessarily in your situation, but in general, I don't think it's something that you need to do. I think it's something that been like we've been like it's normal for us now to go to something that's a quick fix as opposed to looking at underlying situations about our lifestyle and the way that we live and choices that we can make. You know, I'm not talking about something that you really can't. I'm not talking about somebody that has like little sleep or was it apnea or insomnia? Sorry,
Yeah.
someone who literally had like chronic insomnia. I'm not talking about that person. I'm
Yeah.
talking about somebody who has trouble falling asleep and they wanted something to fix it. And I think that in general, when we look at those things, we look at them from a quick fix. We want a quick fix really quick, and we don't look at the underlying things. I'm not saying that somebody like can't look at it and not care. I know people don't care. I know a lot of people don't care. But I'm just saying that I think that it's just not a good thing, regardless of whether they care or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's I just. We could do this finish. We could do this last thing and
Yeah.
finish up.
Okay.
I'm just saying. So like, if every time I got really stressed or anxious,
Mm-hmm.
and I just took a Xan and it made me feel better, like, what's the problem with that?
Bro, that's like the whole thing we just said.
But
That's the
I'm
whole thing
saying-
we just said.
But like, so like, I'm just saying at the end of the day, for like everyone else like watching and stuff, that like I just want to like, you could take my side or Adiz's side, because there's really no right or wrong at this point,
Yeah.
and like it's whatever you choose. I just think it should be a little more open minded and not disgruntled toward. I think that's the right word. Towards being reliant on it, because like we've made some good points to the reason why you shouldn't and why you should, but I just don't think that it should be just a negative connotation. It should be more in the middle of good and bad.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I
Then
mean, I'm
I'm
not
not-
saying that there should be that we should like shame people who take things to deal with anything.
Yeah.
And again, I want to make it clear that I'm looking at this from the outside. I don't have chronic insomnia. I don't have terrible anxiety. I don't have really bad depression. All these things. So I'll admit that I might not understand the true situations of it. But the way that I think is just that a lot of times things in our life like sleeping are they're influenced by different parts of our life and different ways that we live life. And I think that in general, as a general rule, I think that it's probably better to try to go to fix those things before going straight to some sort of medicated option. That's just my view on it. So
Yeah.
agree
fair.
to disagree. Like we said, there's sometimes that we don't really agree on stuff. And this is where you guys come in. I definitely want you guys to go down in the comments. Let us know what you think about the role of, relying on drugs, stuff like that, to help certain things. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with Payton? Do you have a different view in the middle? Do you have something else? Like, yeah, just share your opinions in the comments. I really want to know what you guys think about this because, it's a little bit of a, it's an interesting topic that has a lot of relevance today.
And remember, guys, as always, we encourage you guys to share a meaningful conversation with someone, because the only way the world's going to go around is that we have a nice conversation and knowledge gets spread around.
Yeah, for sure, because then things will just remain closed-minded unless you talk about them. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe. We said at the beginning, guys, say it again just in case you forgot. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video to a friend who may have a different view. Start that meaningful conversation, get the ball rolling. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.